Hello everyone and happy October. If you're like me, October is your favorite month of the year because it gives you an easy excuse to binge all your favorite scary movies. But sometimes you don't just want a good horror film to satisfy you, sometimes you want a film that puts you into that specific fall scary movie season mood. So with that being said, in this video I'll give you guys some recommendations on horror films you can watch this October to get you into that October spirit. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Now, I know choosing one of the Halloween movies is a little on the nose, however, Halloween 4: Return of Michael Myers does one thing better than every other Halloween movie. Unfortunately, it's not the Michael Myers mask, but instead it captures the spirit of the season to a near perfect degree. For starters, the opening title credits alone are surely going to get any and all into the spirit of the holiday. Eerie and creepy shots of the fictional town of Haddonfield flood the screen in the first few minutes, and you are instantly transported to a damp, chilly, crisp, breezy fall day in a way that none of the other entries in the franchise quite accomplish. On top of that, the change of shooting location from the sunny streets of Pasadena, California, where the original film was shot, to the more appropriate location of Salt Lake City, Utah, allow for the film to feel more like you're watching an actual small town in Illinois go about their annual Halloween festivities. Despite my untethered love for the original John Carpenter 1978 classic, it's that they don't exactly nail the vibe of the season as well as the fourth entry in the series does. So if you're looking for a more fall-centric spooky season version of the masked killer Michael Myers, Halloween 4 is sure to scratch that itch. Now this one is for the less familiar horror fans, as any true buff of the genre has most likely seen this film. However, if there's one film I would say perfectly captures the look, feel, and vibe of the spooky season, it's the 2007 Michael Dougherty directed anthology film, Trick or Treat. While the film is a star-studded cast filled with veteran actors like Brian Cox and Dylan Baker, and tells 4 separate stories that all take place on one Halloween night, what the film does better than any other film in the genre is play into all the traditions and stylistic elements that one associates with Halloween. Eons of jack-o'-lanterns, adults and kids alike roaming the streets in their costumes, leaves rustling through the nighttime fall sky, and 4 stories that play into the legends and mythology of the ancient Day of the Dead, or what we know as Halloween. The film has extremely memorable characters, plot twists that are sure to shock and amaze, and production design that'll make you feel like a kid again, ready to hit the town begging for candy. On top of all the fun and entertainment, a sinister atmosphere encases every scene as the watchful eye of the film's mascot Sam lurks and leers from the shadows of a small town with dark secrets and monsters from both the past and present. Check this one out, I'm sure that you guys will love it. I'd figured we'd go back to the classics again with this pick. If you're a fan of the genre, you've definitely seen or at least heard of Sam Raimi's 1981 genre classic, The Evil Dead, a simple story of 5 friends driving up to a cabin in the woods only to come in contact with an otherworldly evil is not for the faint of heart. The film is filled with eerie atmosphere dripping from the screen in nearly every scene, as our main characters uncover and unleash madness unto themselves as the iconic Deadites begin possessing them one by one. A spooky cabin alone is enough to feel the October vibes flooding from your screen, but the addition of a lively and sadistic forest that feels like a character in and of itself is sure to put you in the mood for blood, gore, and some scares. The dark and foggy setting makes you as the viewer feel just like one of the characters, with no sense of escape as the night descends into true madness. From the moment the characters arrive at the cabin, the sense of dread and eeriness is abundant, and from there you're stuck in an inescapable nightmare that's perfect for the fall season. A more recent entry makes its way as the final addition on this list, as if you're someone who doesn't want to watch a film like Halloween because old movies just aren't your cup of tea, look no further than the 2014 supernatural horror film It Follows. Directed by David Robert Mitchell, the film follows a 19-year-old girl named Jay who, after a night of intercourse with a guy she's been seeing, feels as if she's being stalked by an evil entity. A lot of the scenery in this film feels eerily reminiscent of something like a Halloween film, but with a more more modern style to it. However, not only is it follows one of the best horror films of the last 15 to 20 years, but it serves itself up as a perfect fall watch. The tone and atmosphere alone are perfect for putting you into that spooky movie mindset, but a stellar musical score from artist Disasterpeace really puts the film over the top in that category. Wailing and droning synth sounds invade your ears as our main characters try to evade this parasitic demon that always seems to be one step behind them. Accompanying the excellent score is beautiful cinematography with long, winding wide shots that allow us to take in all of the scenery of an urban Detroit setting. An underappreciated element of this film is also the dreamlike way in which scenes are presented. From the cinematography choices to the decisions in production design, everything feels as if you're watching a dream, or more like a nightmare, unfold before your eyes. The sense of dread is draped over every scene right from the opening shot, and the ambiguous time period the film is set in also does an excellent job at adding to that eerie fall atmosphere, as you feel like you're watching a film from the 70s or 80s. Well guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. These aren't the most obscure picks, and if you're a horror film fan, you've most likely at least heard of all these movies. However, if you guys end up checking one of these out this fall, make sure to let me know what your thoughts are. Whether or not you feel these are good selections for a fall horror movie binge, I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, if you liked the video, make sure to click the like button, subscribe if you want to hear more from me, and click the little bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. Also, if you'd like hearing me talk horror films, check out my horror movie podcast, Scared Speechless. We have new episodes that come out every Monday where we discuss a different scary movie. It's a lot of fun, and I will leave a link in the description down below. Well guys, thanks again, and I'll see you on the next video.